That was the fight theme bringing us into our verdict. And you know what I realized, Josh? Looking at our list, Mike Tyson's Punch Out is not on it. And
that's because I disclosed on my original rendition of the list that obvious things like Mike Tyson's Punch Out or Super Mario Bros. 3 or Metroid or the staple games. The idea with the intent with the list is for more obscure titles that someone might not automatically assume.
Fair enough. I guess that's fine. It's just,
but you're not gonna get me. You're not gonna get me arguing with you if you want to put it on the list, bro. I'm not gonna.
Well, it's one of those things where when you talked about like, let's see how fast we can beat them, and then I was like, I did fly through these circuits so quick. Like it became kind of one of those things there. Maybe I could just pick this back up any kind of time and just
well, dude. I mean, I've told you, my entire life until now, I would put this game in with no intent to actually beat Tyson. Like, yeah. I'm just playing for fun up until I get knocked the fuck out. Like, and last few years, that's been Soda Popinski. So like, I would get pissed off during that, of course, because that's how I am as a gamer. But everything prior to that is just me having fun. Going through the motions of beating guys that I have beat probably hundreds of times.
Yeah. and it's fun every time.
Yep. It's the best video game on Nintendo Entertainment System, bar none, in my opinion. End of podcast. Like, there's not any argument to me. There's no mood. There's no emotional state. There's no physical situation. There's no nothing where I wouldn't enjoy putting this cart in an NES and playing the game. And it's a fucking treasure. I am eternally indebted to its creators for conjuring into existence something so capable of giving me the amount of joy it has throughout my lifetime. It's fucking incredible, man. It's just such a good fucking game. And
it's easily top 5 in my opinion. I would definitely entertain thoughts of anywhere in the top 5. And the fact that we're talking about it, and I had so much fun playing it. I mean, it has everything you need. Like, I'm enjoying looking at the art in the background.
The animation's great.
1,000 times.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, and especially after having conquered this, climbed to this mountain in this playthrough here, Mike Tyson is the ultimate final boss. Like, it's the greatest in video game history. Like, they had to have spent so much time concocting his attack patterns. Like, there's so much variance, so much nuance. Like, I already said it, I spent a lifetime pursuing him as a goal, dude. I'm damn near 40 fucking years old, and I have been yearning for success against him that entire time. Like, that is how Mount Olympus this dude is, and this boss battle is. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd never even just my thought was always just like, what do you mean? Like, how in the actual fuck are you gonna beat that dude? Like, on an NES, hard, like, like City, like you have there's also the thing of like the known difficulty that emulation imposes on playing this game because of the subtle timing differences and stuff, and doing it on the fucking NES old school without a CRT, like you don't have save states. Fucking no way, man. Like, without knowing the stuff, like, that's actually, I absolutely will play this game just picking it up to fuck around now that I know the things with Tyson, because like I couldn't even survive to learn the things before I was doing the research for this podcast. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know them. And like, you need to have those down and like have learned that little second dynamite punch part. Like that shit's got to be entrenched in your game knowledge to have any hope on OG hardware. So I will absolutely try to just pick it up and fuck with it again. Yeah, I mean, it's such a smart idea packing a puzzle game into a boxing game like this. And even, we already said this too in the beginning when we were talking about the licensing and stuff, making a great call on the endorsement at a perfect time in Tyson's career to make it land the way it did and be as enthralling of a thing as it was at the time. There's just so much about it that just perfectly lined up with, especially specifically our lives, our age group. It's just like, it's just all the stars aligned across the board to make it a perfect game, perfect presentation, perfect experience, timeless thing. It's fucking great. Like, King Lorik and his entire court of advisors cannot stop jerking off to how much fun and perfect the game is. His blessing is bestowed magnanimously and without hesitation. So yeah, it absolutely gets King Lorik's blessing for me.
And then Mike drop. Podcast done. Moving on.
Podcast done. We did it. Episode 50 in the books. Fucking A. Woo! Next, and it's funny the timing of all this, because next up is Nintendo Power number 11, my first issue, so Boner Town. And we'll probably drop a little side quest action for Ultimate Exodus first. And you can subscribe to the pod on the platform provided by whatever dumbass company that serves up your pottery. Please rate and leave positive shit for the pod on that podcast platform of choice, or any other for that matter. Website is nyehentertainment.com/ISOHpod. You can email us directly at isohpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow the pod on Facebook, interact with us there. There's fucking just great dialogue on there now. So I think it's so cool how much engagement we have. And link to the YouTube gameplay videos playlist. Playlists are in the show notes as well. There's the ISOH subreddit if you want to get down on Reddit and you're anti-Mark Zuckerberg. And we don't have a Patreon, but if you like giving money to the things podcasters tell you to and would like to do so at our direction, the Able Gamers Foundation creates custom gaming rigs for gamers with disabilities, and that's cool as fuck. So you can find them at ablegamers.org. And Jay, what are your socials?
Gentleman JB without the second E. It's pretty much where you can find me.
And my Twitter is @JoshFolan. My Instagram is @MyShiftKeyIsBroke. And my gamer tag is 2MinuteTodd. Okay, bye.